He feeds it to Covington and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
And what a double-double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season, top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
Now here's Carter Williams. Shot by Mayo is no good. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I briefly spoke with Jason Kidd. After taking the first matchup with them, he wants his team to be even more assertive on the offensive end. He told me, I feel we can have our way on offense. Get them into matchups that they don't like and find points that way. It's what helped in our first meeting. Let's see if they can do it again here, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And guys, the focus being on the offensive side of things, they obviously don't want to let their defensive guard down, so to speak, can they?
No, they're still going to have to be sharp on the defensive side of the floor. It's just that getting into a rhythm offensively is going to be the main focus here early on.
I'm with you on that mindset, but it does leave the door open for them to be taken advantage of at the defensive end.
So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to Memphis.
And no matter how well you defend, when you shoot that poorly, it's going to be a very difficult challenge for you to get a win.
Yeah, there was sort of a snowball effect in that game too, guys. I mean, what started as a cold night for a few guys turned into a cold night for just about everybody.
One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up, he can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer, and at his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines.
Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort. Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
The three from Iverson, and that one's good. Iverson's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a Game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
Antetokounmpo against Noel. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Defense is right there. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book.
Now here's Iverson. 14 points from him the last game against Memphis. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
A shot by Carter Williams, nobody around. And poor shot selection there, not a high percentage look for him. It's rebounded by Carter Williams. For Milwaukee, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Here's Inglis. And the rejection by Noel. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel. There's a screen. Here's Carter Williams. That doesn't go either for Carter Williams.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Fires it up. Here's Okafor, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
Here's Carter Williams. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Down low, here's Monroe. Excellent D there from Okafor.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Good ball movement here by the 76ers. To the inside. Second chance shot. 4 on the shot clock. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Noel, a screen on Antetokounmpo. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, with Nerlens Noel coming out, we knew he'd be a plus shot blocker. He set the Kentucky single game record with 12 in a game shot blocks. He also knew he had the chance to be a great rebounder, but we definitely knew he needed help with his shot, and that will continue on into next year.
Yeah, you know, he spent the year rehabbing that knee, but also spent that year correcting his shooting form. And we're not talking about just a tweak when it comes to shooting the basketball.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. John Henson's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Damian Inglis. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. A different look for Milwaukee. Plumlee is checked in for Monroe. And it's Vasquez in for Michael Carter-Williams. Carlos Boozer's checked in for Philadelphia. Thompson comes in for Robert Covington. Landry. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And, you know, going back to Nerlens Noel's shooting, the improvements to his form look really good. Even better is that he hit 60% from the line as a rookie. That may not sound like a great start, but at this stage of his development, that's great progress.
Now here's Vasquez following the shot by Carl Landry. Henson's shot is off. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Iverson dishes to Boozer. Roten kicks to Iverson. Plumlee with some nice D.
You know, one caution I have about Noel's improved shooting, you don't want him to fall in love with jumpers. He did shoot only 46% from the field last year. Conversely, DeAndre Jordan shot 71% because he dunked everything and kept his head under the rim. It's a fine line between improving your game and playing within your limitations.
Mark, when you take a look at John Henson, you see one thing: length.
Yeah, a lot of it, too. I mean, he measures 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan at the 2012 NBA Combine. His standing reach is actually 3.5 inches greater than that of Anthony Davis. Wow.
Wow, right. And Philadelphia making a change here. Cannon's checked in, and Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
And talking about Henson, obviously the great length helps him as a shot blocker. The young center is also very quick off his feet. He's averaged around 2.5 blocks a game over the past 2 seasons. He's also been contributing some as a rebounder, though really needs to add some weight to kind of take it to that next step.
Now here's Vasquez following the shot by Carl Landry.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
At the elbow, it's Thompson. That is good.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
Getting back to Henson, last year was an odd one for him. I mean, he was starting. Then in February, he was benched in favor of Zaza Pachulia. That might be a hint to Henson that he needs to put a little more work into his game to maintain a place in the rotation.
Here's Cannon to the inside. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Looking now at the numbers for Bayless. His last 10 games, he's averaging 7 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Yep, without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem.
Here is Bayless. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Suns in Phoenix. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Vasquez. Chance there to take the lead, missing. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Thompson outside, pass to Boozer. The feed to Landry. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Bucks trail by 4. Vasquez with it. Outside Mayo. Clock at 6. Here's Bayless. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Here is Bayless, looking for his first basket still in this one. Outside Mayo. Henson in the post. He's against Landry. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Philadelphia leading by 6.
Well, clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while, it seems. But if the youth can grow and develop, they could also be a force in a few years, too.
Now here's Vasquez following the shot by Carl Landry. 1:30 left in the first. Henson with the screen. Vasquez kicks to Henson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Canada. 76ers have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Roden kicks to Grant. Feeds to Landry. Shoots from the right block. And good on the basket. Book it. Landry's got his second basket. Bucks trail by 6. And Bayless kicks to Mayo. The dish to Vasquez. The tray. That's good. Vasquez has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Dishes it to Landry. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Henson with the screen. Bayless the pass to Henson. Now here's Vasquez. He's covered by Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Henson with the screen. Here's Vasquez. Almost, but it rolls out.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
You know, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Roden kicks to Boozer. Just his first attempt. The shot is off. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. 76ers ahead, leading by 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And we heard from John Henson before the game, a player on the rise. He feels he still has a lot to prove.
Defensively, offensively, I think I'm better offensively than people give me credit for, and I'm stronger than I look. And that's something that I'm trying to prove this year, as I've been proving the last 3 or 4. So it's going to be fun.
Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg.